to Miss Allen's science lab. We are going to build a bottle rocket. Okay, we're going to build it and then we're going to go out and we're going to launch it up in the air. Now if you have these materials at home, you can make this at home, but make sure you have an adult or a parent with you. Today we have another special guest, just like Baking with Miss Allen, but instead our guest is Scientist Kim. Hi everyone. All right, to get started, make sure you have all of your materials. You need a 2-liter bottle. Now we just used a Mountain Dew bottle. Make sure it's empty though. You need some duct tape. You need 3 pencils. A funnel if you have one, you don't need it, but if you have one. Vinegar. A paper towel. A cork. And some baking soda for our experiment. Our first step in building our rocket is we need to make the stand that our rocket is going to go on. So you will need your 3 pencils, your bottle, and your duct tape. Now you may need to have someone help you get this tape down there. It's a little tricky, but you're going to want to spread them out so it almost is going to make a triangle on your bottle. Alright? Now if you have unsharpened pencils, use the unsharpened side. If you have a sharpened pencil, I want you to flip it over and have the eraser pointing at the top. Now make sure you get those pencils secured on there. When they are on there, when you flip it over, it should stand up, just like a bottle rocket.
Good job.
Now that we have built our rocket, it is time to get ready to launch it. So there's going to be a couple steps to launching it, and you need to be very careful with these steps. If you can do them outside, I would suggest doing them outside. The first step is going to be to add your vinegar. Now we already have about 1 cup already in there because you're going to need 2 cups. So make sure we used a measuring cup and a funnel. Try to use a funnel or something to get it all into the bottle. Now that we have about 2 cups of vinegar in there, we are ready to do the baking soda part. It looks like our kitty wants to join us today. So we have our baking soda, and I'm going to do about 1 tablespoon of baking soda. And you're going to put it into a little part of a paper towel. Okay, you don't want it very big. So we'll scoop about 1 tablespoon, set it right in the middle of the paper towel. Our next part is we're going to wrap it up. Okay, you need to be careful though that when you wrap it, nothing falls out of any of the ends.
But it still has to fit through the hole when you're done, right?
Mm-hmm, it does. This is where you're going to want someone probably to help you. All right, so we've got our baking soda wrapped up. We've got our vinegar ready.
And our cork.
And our cork. Now, this part has to be done outside. Do not launch your rocket inside. Mom or dad or whoever you're with would not be happy. So make sure when you get ready to launch, you go outside with it. Now there's going to be a couple things when you launch though. Your baking powder, when you go in, it's going to go into this hole, but you can't just drop it. If you drop it, it's going to explode right away. Okay, so when you put it in there, you're going to kind of put it in and have your bottle at an angle so it kind of sits on the side here while you put your cork in. Now you will see Miss Allen do that when we get outside, and you can kind of see how it works. If you need to watch the video a couple times to see how it works, make sure you do that before you do it yourself. All right, let's head outside and see how this goes. When you're putting your paper towel of baking soda in there, you need to be very careful that you don't push it all the way in, that it drops to your vinegar right away. So when you put it in nice and slowly. Try to make sure it doesn't drop. When you get close to the end, you can leave a little bit out while you put your cork in. Okay, you'll put your cork in and then you'll flip it over and that'll make it time for it to launch. Make sure when you put that cork on, you get it on super tight. You're fine. Flip it over. Stand back. She's gonna blow. Woo!
If you have a science mind like I do, you're probably wondering, how did that even happen? Well, when you have vinegar and baking soda and you put them together, it causes a chemical reaction. What happens is it builds CO2 gas inside of the bottle. When the bottle starts filling up and it runs out of room because of all the pressure, the cork falls out and the rocket goes up and whoosh, we have liftoff. Wasn't that a fun experiment? I hope you liked it.
Well, first graders, thank you for joining us in Miss Allen's Science Lab with Scientist Kim. I think we had a pretty cool experiment and I hope that you guys are able to do it at home.
Hopefully this summer you guys will be able to find some science experiments and try some yourself.
That would be awesome. Thanks for joining us.